When you think of fall, one of the first things you think of is lighting up cozy candles. There is a local business on Main Street called the Candle Fusion Studio. I find that it is a great place to make your own custom candle. And with it being the first day of fall, it could be a fun fall activity for you and your family or even for a date. It's that time of year again, flu season. Clinics are giving vaccinations all over the country, but flu shots are not mandatory by law or even necessary by some people's standards. So let's take a look at what medical professionals say versus what regular people say about the flu vaccine. WashU holds this event every single year, so if you want to come out next year, make sure to do so. I am reporter Chelsea Behrens for LUTV News. Whether you believe the flu shot will be helpful or not, that's up to you. And people who don't think it's helpful are very outspoken about it.
I think it's kind of a waste of money, to be honest. And you can still get sick from the actual shot itself.
You don't get the flu. That's a myth. You cannot get the flu from getting the flu shot. It's not a live vaccine.
However, to some people, it may not be as important because, well, they get the flu when they get the flu shot. Or is that really the case?
It was last year. I got the flu shot, and then I don't know if it was exactly from the shot, but it was one of the first times I'd ever gotten the flu. I had gotten the shot a couple years prior and I still didn't get sick, but I still didn't get sick without the shot. And then last year I got the shot again and I got sick.
So your immune system kind of kicks in when you get a vaccine, and so sometimes you'll get a little bit of a headache. Some people run a really, really low-grade fever, but that's kind of your body doing what it's supposed to be doing. Your immune system is kind of activating in response to getting a vaccine, but that's not you getting influenza. You don't get influenza from the flu vaccine.
The flu shot is not a 100% guarantee that someone will not catch the flu. However, if you've made up your mind and decided to not get a flu shot this year, you can still protect yourself. Make sure to wash your hands. The flu virus is very, very contagious.
It's predicted to be a bad flu season this year. Getting your flu vaccine decreases the chance that you're going to get influenza.
If they want to get it, they can get it. They'll probably still get sick. If they don't want to get it, good for them.
I'm reporter Chelsea Behrens for LUTV News. Local St. Charles musician Dylan Gray writes his own music and dreams of sharing his voice with the world. He is a flooring worker by day and a full-time singer-songwriter by night.
For the past 3 months, I've been trying to make a song every single day to step up my game because I'll be moving to LA soon. I started 2 years ago or so, and I was going to make my first song in the studio. So my producer's name is Joey Angels, and he's super cool. I do like to do a lot of stuff with my guitar and piano as well, because then I can just be I played that. That's cool.
Well, I lost myself in 1,000 ways. I don't know if I'll be back again.
It only takes one song. And the volume that he's pumping out, somebody's going to hear something they like. If nothing else, I'll buy it from him. Yeah, that's all it is. I wouldn't know how to classify it. It's just Dylan.
If you're interested to hear more of Dylan's music, check him out on Spotify and SoundCloud at Dylan Gray. And that's it for this edition. I'm reporter Chelsea Behrens for LUTV News. I'm here at the Graham Chapel at the Washington University St. Louis campus. Tonight is a special event, Juggle Fest 2019.
The WashU Juggling Club is amazing. Our goal basically is just to spread the joy of juggling to as many people as possible, and this event really helps us accomplish that. We have jugglers from around the Midwest come and juggle, play games, do competitions, there's workshops.
I started when I was 10 years old, and it kind of just became an obsession of mine from that time on. So when I have the time, I practice maybe 2 to 4 hours a day, but in college I don't always have the time, so maybe that much every week, and then over the summers I get to train that much every day. So I won the World Juggling Federation's Advanced Overall Championship in 2015. In 2016, I won the International Jugglers Association Juniors Championship.
And when you think of juggling, you think of the typical balls or bowling pins that people juggle with. But there's so much more that people like to juggle. People can juggle with blocks, yo-yos, and get this, even hats. The WashU Juggle Club encourages everybody, not just students, to come and practice and learn how to juggle.
I actually injured myself juggling over the summer. I tore a ligament in my wrist from overuse. I was just practicing too much and too hard. So this is kind of the first real juggling I've done in like 2 months, because I'm just getting better from the injury now.
WashU holds this event every single year, so if you want to come out next year, make sure to do so. I am reporter Chelsea Behrens for LUTV News. A 71-year-old man was carjacked late last night in St. Louis around 11:30. The carjacking happened in the Penrose neighborhood, where an unknown man approached his 2006 Ford 500 and held him at gunpoint. He demanded the victim to hand over his keys, and so he did. The suspect took the keys and then drove off. No further details have been released. Anyone with information should contact the St. Louis Police Department. Police in North St. Louis County are investigating the shooting death of a man early Monday morning. Police say the man was found shot to death in a pickup truck on the 9800 block of Portage Drive in Moline Acres. They say he looks about 40 years old. St. Louis County Police say the man apparently hit a parked car after he was shot. Anyone with information should call the St. Louis County Police Department. Thousands of dollars are going to help Detective Sean Cleveland, who was hurt in a shooting at a Normandy High School reunion. Sunday's fundraiser raised over $15,000. The event was organized by the Ethical Society of Police and the St. Louis Police Officers Association. 28-year-old Cleveland was shot on October 5th and is recovering at home. If anyone wants to donate to this cause, visit rebound911.org and click Donate, and make sure to mention Sean Cleveland in the memo. A former CIA agent from O'Fallon is touring the nation promoting his new book. His book tour focuses on how he was jailed for allegedly leaking classified information to a New York Times reporter. Jeffrey Sterling was released from prison in early 2018 and has now written a new book called Unwanted Spy: The Persecution of an American Whistleblower. In 2015, Sterling was convicted on charges that he had leaked classified information on phony nuclear weapon blueprints to New York Times reporter James Risen. Sterling served 2 years of his 42-month sentence and has always maintained his innocence. After his release, he returned to the St. Louis area, but has spent the last few months crisscrossing the country promoting his new book. Sterling is scheduled to appear at Left Bank Books on Euclid Avenue Monday evening for a book signing event. Right in the heart of Main Street, St. Charles, Picasso's Coffee Shop brings locally roasted drinks with a side of art, music, and poetry. During the holidays, Picasso's gets extra creative with their seasonal drinks. And the sun will come out tomorrow in case you're worried about gloomy weather all week. While today is a high of 51 with a low of 33, the sun will poke out Thursday with a high of 40 and a low of 21. And in the Midwest, we will have some small snow showers, which means colder weather is upon us. So let's take a look at the local map. If you've had a rough start to your Monday, well, join the club because it is really cloudy and gray in the St. Louis area. Let's talk sports. Nationals pitcher Steven Strasburg pitched 8 1/3 innings, only allowing 2 runs. This is the Nationals' 4th elimination win this season. The Astros almost handled everything that Strasburg threw, but he turned it all around by the end of the game. The final score was 7-2. The Houston Astros and Washington Nationals are wrapping up Game 7 of the World Series Wednesday at Minute Maid Park at 7:08 Central Time.